On today's episode of It's Not an M4, I have for you the ICS L85. Very British. Okay guys, so as you can see starting off, this is the L85 A2 because the A1s never function correctly, throwing maximum shade at the United Kingdom, who doesn't know how to make a bullpup rifle without the Germans coming and re-engineering it for them. Bazinga. So there's that for you, just to get that out of the way. As you can see, this is going to be a bullpup style assault rifle that is going to be made by ICS, and because it's made by ICS, you know that it's going to have the ICS split gearbox, so the gun is super easy to work on, even though it is a bullpup. It makes it very easy to work on. You get your compression parts in the upper part, and you get your gears and your electrical in the lower part. Makes life super easy. At one point, I did in fact actually own the L86 version of this, which is a little bit longer. We also have available on the website. I used to own one of those, and then I lost it. And you're gonna say, well, Anthony, how'd you lose it? You can't just lose an airsoft gun. Well, you can. I was driving my pickup truck. I hit a bump that was too hard, and the tailgate failed, and it slid right out underneath my tonneau cover on somewhere onto 694 for any of you guys that are from Minnesota here. So if you guys find an L86 in the middle of nowhere, it's probably mine. Moreover, the gun is a fantastic replica of the L85 A2. So let's go ahead and show you guys some of the features that are on it. So starting off, I like to show everybody how to put the battery in the gun, because that's one of the main reasons why you guys check out review videos in the first place is, well, literally, how do I put the battery in the gun? Did you read the instruction manual? Well, no. So you come talk to me, you come click on Anthony's video. Anthony, how do I put the battery in the gun? Well, I'm gonna tell you. There's a button on top. You open the heat shield right here. How do you do it? Flip it over. Right here. Open. Heat shield. Make sure the heat shield's open. There is a button on the top of the gun, right there. Push the button and pull. Again, make sure the heat shield's open and it will slide off, and then you can connect your battery. Bing! You're going to want to be using a nunchuck LiPo style battery. Make sure that everything fits all nice and snug. Preferably an 11.1 or a 7.4 will work either way. Moving on, now that we know how to put the battery in the gun, I also had another embarrassing story to tell you about the L85/L86 that I owned. I didn't understand the gun had a safety on it. Safety, for everybody wondering, is right here on the receiver. That is the safety. Well, I went out to play with my friends with my brand new gun that I had purchased, and I was like, whoop-de-doo, I'm super cool. I even had all the correct British camo and everything. I go out to the field, I go to the chrono, everything is working perfectly fine, get my gun chronoed like the good little boy that I am. I get back to staging area, we go to play our first game, and I straight up get the gun up, we level the gun, 3, 2, 1, go, you hear the whistle blow, we all start running. I get to the first piece of cover, I go to pull the trigger, and click. And I said, my gun is broken. So I didn't use the gun for the rest of the day, and then it turns out I had the safety turned on. So make sure the safety is off before you try and fire the gun, otherwise the gun will, well, not work. Moving on from there, the gun is not very lefty friendly, and I am a left-handed person. However, you can get over it because this does not fire real 5.56. You don't have to worry about this flying and shooting shells out the back, blah, blah, blah. The magazine release is going to be on the right-hand side. So if we put the magazine in the gun and you have it shouldered like this, your motion is going to be to come up, hit the magazine release, put it in the magazine rack, and you're good to go. Now, if you're a lefty, this is increasingly harder because you somehow have to finagle it up like this to get everything to function properly, but you can still get her done. Now, the sights on this are a carry handle style sight, and it does have the day sight and the night sight option. They are fully rotatable, so you can move them left and right the way you need. There's also adjustment on the front one as well to make it go up and down, whichever way you may need. Now, to put an optic on this rifle, it is a little bit complex because for some reason back when they invented these, they did not use pick rails. They used weaver mounts. And the weaver mounts are a little bit different. So when you remove these two screws and this screw up in front to try and put a rail system on this thing, ICS sells an aftermarket part that basically makes this into a pick rail, and you will need to purchase that in order to be able to put an aftermarket sight on this. However, G&G does sell the correct optic for this if you do decide to go for the Super Kosher British kit. There is a 4X scope that you can purchase from G&G that we have available on the website. Take off this rail, take off this rail, that sight will slide onto there, and you will have a Super Kosher British L85 A2. Nice. The gun does also have two wonderful sling points. It has one up here and on the bottom here. So if you do decide to try and run it as a 1-point sling, you will need to try and get one of those nice convertible ones that makes it from a 2-point to a 1. I personally use a 2-point, and I just had it go around me, and it worked just fine. Loosen her up, shoulder the gun, retighten it, works great. Gun works phenomenally with that. Let's go ahead and take it to the Corona range and see how it shoots. Okay, now that we're back, as you can see, the gun does shoot wonderfully with it, and I believe we were using an 11-1 LiPo battery in that video as well. 11-1 LiPo? Yes, 11-1 LiPo battery. So, awesome stuff. With that being said, that is going to wrap it up for this review. We really appreciate all the support. Don't forget to go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon to be part of the notification squad. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us, and we will see you in the next video.